Let's go!
All right, let's get started.
Baker Mayfield absolutely cooking this year for the freaking Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So the design of this play right here is to get this football to Rachaad White in the flats. I love this design, just this little fake play action. See if you can get something going right here. But guess what? It's covered by the corner. Now, could you throw this and it'd still be interesting? Maybe so. But everything's covered. But if you actually go back to the beginning of this play, the deep crosser, I say deep crosser, the shallow crosser to Mike Evans was not picked up. So both of the head coaches in this game are two of the best defensive minds of the past decade. But, man, this was one of the more exciting offensive showdowns. They just did not pass this off. So this corner took the jet sweep motion in thinking that Mike Evans was going to get picked up by the safety. As you can see, they're both running here to Bucky Irving, and that leaves Mike Evans right open right over the middle. Really good stuff. You could even hit Chris Godwin right here to score. Love to see it. So I really love this design from Tampa Bay. Normally, you think of Chris Godwin as the slot guy and Mike Evans as, your traditional X. This time you put Mike Evans in the slot, and guess what? This safety crashes right in here, all right? And guess what? Once Baker Mayfield sees that safety, he knows that this deep space is open, and all Mike Evans has to do, he looks like he's at a leverage disadvantage, is just work over the top of this DB who's reaching, and it's sayonara, baby. Look at this freaking pocket right here for Baker freaking Mayfield, and it's just wide the frick open, going up against a slot corner who will likely be selling cars next season. What a tutty for Mike. The debate going forward with this Tampa Bay offense is the role of Rachaad White and Bucky Irving, right? Obviously, the carry split has gotten thinner as time has gone on. Play action here to Bucky, and you're pulling both of these linemen around, the guard and the tackle, some counter GT action here. Good kick out right here by this guard. Now this tackle has to lead through here. Perfectly blocked run play. You rarely see stuff like this in the NFL. So give a lot of credit to the design right here from Tampa Bay, right? That fake obviously drawing two defenders here. And, man, you rarely get a clean run through. Now, if you are Rachaad White and you have this clean of a run through, we need you to make safeties miss. And guess what he does? Just that. All right? That's two really good safeties too, and Jesse Bates and Simmons. And, of course, you get sucked down, by a corner here. Rachaad White is not the fleetest of foot, but we all know he is a very solid running back. And that's a good job right there by Chris Godwin, not adding on any penalty yards there. Big gainer. Man, it is amazing how sharp Baker Mayfield is on rollout. So earlier, I believe on this drive or just in this game, he had Cade Otton right in stride for a 28-yarder on a rollout. Y'all, this is not easy, especially with the receiver and Sterling Shepard, who, is not in his prime. So you've got to put the football right on him. Now, what makes this interesting is this is essentially a screen and roll in basketball. And if you want more info on how screen and rolls are used in football, this video is floating in the top right corner of your screen, okay? Gotta love Larry Bird on the thumbnail. So the way this works is this outside receiver is coming to screen without actually touching the DB, and then he's going to roll as a deep over here, or a deep corner, if you will. And then the point of this is to get a rub right here to get Chris Godwin in the flat. If he's not open, let's see if we can work the screen and roll here to Sterling Shepard. And it's a rollout to the right side from the left hash, okay? So the thing is, this play has to be thrown on time because you're cutting off half the field. Now, the first thing that is unfreaking believably impressive is actually here at the top of the screen, okay? You want to know a clip that shows why Mike Evans deserves to be in the Hall of Fame? He's been torching him all day, especially in the red zone. Look at how much attention he draws at the snap on this 3rd and goal, okay? Watch. The corner, all right? The safety is staying backside, and this backer. So we've got 3 guys in Mike Evans' vicinity, and we are running a play in the opposite direction. That is called value, baby. And now we get to here, all right? Let's go back to the bottom right here. You set the screen. You can't actually touch them, and then you have to roll. Now, DBs in the NFL are so much better than the ones in college. I do a lot of college film studies. I have a few college channels at passing off routes, okay? So the corner sees exactly what they're doing here, especially on a rollout play. It's a pretty easy read. So he picks up Godwin in the flat. So when Baker Mayfield sees this, once it gets passed off, he's now got to throw this football to Sterling Shepard, okay? He set the screen. Now he's rolling, okay? Kind of makes sense if you really think about it. And look at this throw. There is actually a guy in the window here. He gets it over him, and look at that ball location. Not only on target, but with a lot of freaking velocity, baby. What a design, what great execution, and the Bucs were cooking, baby. I'm not going to lie, it is insane how brutally outcoached this Falcons defense was in this game. Now, this design is really nasty. In fact, it actually is used more in college than in the NFL. And also, I normally see this run into the boundary more so than the field, okay? The boundary is the short side of the field, and then, of course, the field is the wide side of the field. Not as important in the NFL, though, with the hash just being a lot thinner, okay? So you start off here with a fake pitch, and I want you to see all the flow this fake pitch creates, okay? And where does the opening of this defense open exactly? It's right here, and what you're doing is running a over with Chris Godwin, one of the best slot receivers of the past decade. Okay, so here we go. And once again, Jimmy Lake just got torched. I don't know how much of this is Raheem Morris. It would not shock me at some point if Morris eventually takes over the play calling duties. And you could see the linebacker pulled Chris Godwin here, and that right there is just too easy. Bang. All right. Now, this is where things get interesting. Is Chris Godwin jukes the safety out of his shoes, but Jesse Bates, a turnover machine, pops that football out, and that's why Mike Evans is there, man. Always heady, always staying in the play, and he gets a crucial fumble recovery, and guess what? The Buccaneers end up kicking a field goal on this drive. Really, really good design and good stuff right there by Mike to save the day.
Appreciate your time. Good to see you, brother.
All right, Bucs fans, my sports card co-host Andy is a huge Tampa Bay fan, and we've teamed up to give out the GOAT here. All you got to do is tag us on Twitter at Card of the Power and No Offseason Pod, and we go live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central. But if you want to learn more about your sports card journey, please come subscribe, ring the bell, come by one of our shows. We have sports card mentorships. Go find those cards that are just buried in your attic. It could change your life. The only area that you can really think Baker's better than Tom other than dancing is running, right? Baker's playing like Brady, like not turning the football over and just understanding time and situation. Obviously, you see the Falcons, they do a good job covering Mike Evans. They do a good job covering the underneath route. The Mike comes out here and defends against this. Chris Godwin's covered, and this is covered right here as well, but it leaves the middle of the field wide open for Baker Mayfield to run through to pick up the first down. Now, there was some extra calamity at the end of this game, but this will be the final play that we do break down, and that is just ridiculous football IQ from Baker. You wonder how Cleveland Browns are feeling right now watching this. But he's a completely different player, let's be honest. So, 3 touchdowns, not obviously as many passing yards, of course, as Kirk Cousins, who also went off in this game. Obviously, the Buccaneers had some things go their way in this game, but man, this is ridiculous stuff from Baker Mayfield. But I would put him right now as the number 3 quarterback in the NFC. Bang and bang. These videos are currently floating in your face right now. Buccaneers fans, check it out. You got yourself a mini franchise quarterback. It is Power Hour NFL. Boom! And tonight, we are doing chicken. Let's go.